Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am KingFanMan, and this is the KingCast. Welcome to our Saturday podcast on all things Bethesda. I want to start with a huge thank you to the support that y'all have been pouring out on me. As you know, YouTube has been a little tough on me, but hey, I got my first video over 1,000. Everybody cheer. Yay! So maybe YouTube's going to loosen up on me a little bit, but y'all have been so good. My Patreons are great. Y'all have been great with the super chats and all that. I just want to thank y'all immensely for all the support that y'all have been giving us. I want to welcome to the show today. I have a special guest. Y'all know him well because he has been on the KingCast before. Plus, he plays with me many times on live streams, and he has a YouTube channel of his own. And I simply call him my friend. He is Kane. Kane, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
I want to start by asking you how your YouTube channel's going and just give us a little update on what you've been doing.
Oh, sure. Yeah. As far as the channel's concerned, it's doing fantastic. Things are on a pretty decent upward climb now. And I'm working on another video that'll be coming out probably within the next couple of days here. I'm going to keep that a secret because I want to make sure that I don't give any spoils about it.
I understand. Hey, can y'all hear Kane well enough? And I think I can do it. I don't know if I got a moderator on here right now. By the way, if anybody wants to be a moderator, I have one really good moderator, and she's very busy. So hold on, and I'll give you Kane's link, unless Kane's doing it right now. But
I don't have a mod wrench.
You don't have a mod wrench? Okay.
No.
Well, I will do it right here. There you go. There's a link right there to Kane's channel. So y'all go and subscribe to him, please, if you would. It's right there by my name. So thank you for being on the KingCast today, Kane. And I have enjoyed your videos as well. And I love your commentary. Obviously, I like having you on live streams. And I hate doing KingCast by myself. So thank you for being on the KingCast today. I'm obviously at my mother's, and I just wanted somebody to talk to, so I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
I want to start with, there's not much in the news other than Fallout 76 is receiving an update this coming Tuesday, which is August the 3rd. And hopefully they're going to do more about the server stability. And I say that, there's a lot of people subbing to you right now, so awesome. I say that, but Bethesda has been doing something about the server stability, even though it continues to be a problem. Most of the problem on the server stability is the cheating and the duping that's going on.
Yeah, it's definitely a big deal. That's actually contributing the duping is contributing to the server stability issues, because that's how they do it. They force the server to crash, and that's the problem.
You know, I wonder how many, I've said this before, how many that get on there and cheat, whether it's in Nuclear Winter. And I think I said this in the live stream the other day. I really believe that's why they're doing away with Nuclear Winter, is because of the cheating. I really believe that. At some point, they kind of gave up on stopping the cheating in Nuclear Winter because it was just so overwhelming. But I wonder, those that cheat, how many of those were the actual haters of the game? Some of them are doing it maliciously to the game itself, I believe.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that at all. That's actually one of the things that I've speculated for a while now. Is a lot of these people that post on Reddit and all that, all this hate that they still generate about the game, which it doesn't make sense. But they don't like it because it's not what they wanted.
Absolutely, yeah. And they're the ones that get on there and do the duping. By the way, Bethesda has done several bans several waves of bans lately again. So be really careful, guys. Don't take weapons from anybody that you don't know, especially anything that looks suspicious or anything. I'd just stay with the people that you do know. I don't think Bethesda would ban anybody for one weapon or one piece of armor or anything like that. But uh, there's just a lot of things going on, and Bethesda's trying to crack down and make it better because everybody's screaming, please help us. Tamara, thank you so much. He's got a super chat that says Bethesda Game Studios is now 20 years old. Will you stream QuakeCon? Keep being awesome. Thank you, Tamara. I went to QuakeCon 2 years in a row, and I was so excited about getting to go back to Dallas this year because I thought, with all the things going on with the C word, we won't talk about the virus, but with the vaccines and everything getting better, supposedly, I thought they might have it in person this year, but no. I won't do it all, but yes, I will. I will have a live stream during QuakeCon. Hopefully, they'll have a something special that happens during QuakeCon this year related to either Fallout, Fallout 76, Starfield, Fallout TV show, even QuakeCon getting rebooted. Any of those, I would love to live stream and then talk and comment right after. So, yes, absolutely. And that is coming up. I got to look at my notes. I think I know. Yes, August 19th through to the 21st. So it's coming up very, very soon. Thank you, Tamar, for that super chat. You're awesome, awesome. John says no crashes at all, and only now and then a server not responding, but it's only for a moment. Nukem says I don't pick up anything anyone has dropped. I think that's a good. It's good right now. I've got some things in my inventory that I've gotten from people over the years because my word, I've got subscribers I play with and stuff. But how strict do you think Bethesda is getting with this, Kane?
I don't think that they're going to hit too many of the people who are just have one or two items in their inventory. What they're looking at are the people who have hundreds or thousands of things that are clearly items being duped. A lot of what was going on, and I know they've kind of sort of put in a fix to slow it down. The next update is going to be the bigger one that they go through all these major fixes. But basically, what was happening is they would put a whole bunch of items into a power armor frame and then store that in their stash box. Well, as we know, the power armor frame isn't designed for that, so it ends up causing that server instability,
right?
And it's just a mess. So I think that's what they're looking at, and that's where the bans are going to start at. I don't foresee people getting banned for having a couple of items here or there that they just randomly picked up, because they're not. I don't think they're actually tracking it in that manner.
I agree. Matt says they usually only ban for having multiple of the same item, like thousands, and that's what I've heard as well. Spartan says, I admit I used to hate the game when it first came out, but since they started to fix it and do updates, it has gotten a lot better. I honestly, and this is a whole other podcast, the game, I agree the game has gotten better, but I think the game was very misunderstood at the start. But again, that's a whole other podcast. Zonder Bunny says, really hoping for info on the Fallout TV show. I really am holding out hope that QuakeCon might do that, especially since it is the 20th anniversary of Bethesda Game Studios. If there's any possible way they can give us a sneak peek of the Fallout TV show, think about it. It has been a year now. It has been a year since they announced the Fallout TV show. It was right before QuakeCon last year because we thought we were going to get something last year at QuakeCon about the Fallout TV show. So what do you think, Kane? Do you think we might get something on the Fallout TV show this year? And I'm not talking about something major, but a teaser trailer, something.
I'm like you. I'm holding out hope on it. I really hope that they have something I'm just not entirely sure that there's going to be anything, especially with the situation over the last year.
I was about to say the problem is, and we have to understand this, that studios, both Hollywood and game studios, literally lost a year and a half of work almost. Yes, there's a lot that went back and worked from home and did things, but there's no way to shoot a TV show from home. So obviously that was totally put on hold. But we don't know. We don't. I mean, they've had tight lips. We don't know if they're shooting. We don't know. We don't know anything about it. We don't even know where to locate it. That's why I want a little teaser trailer. So Psycho says,
give us an update.
Yeah, Psycho says on PS4 nearly constant server issues. That's what I've heard. I've heard that Sony has had worse issues than either Xbox or PC. Really bad since the update. This is part of why I'm getting a Steam Deck and ditching the consoles. Interesting. Maybe QuakeCon will be renamed XboxCon. No, I don't think Bethesda will allow that to happen. No,
I don't think that'll happen either.
No. What I wanted to talk about today is mainly since there's not much news, and I'm definitely going to get to all y'all's questions. We can talk more about the TV show, more about QuakeCon, but I want y'all to realize that there is going to be a lot of content. It seems like it's going to start ramping up here at the end of August, the start of September, and it just seems like it's going to fly on through the fall, and then hopefully it's just going to keep on going. We've got Meat Week that's coming up the end of August. Then they have promised us, of course, September, the Fallout Worlds. They've promised us a Halloween event. Then wintertime. Now, this is not counting all the little things, the double scores and the seasons and all this stuff, the daily ops and the little updates. Plus, there is in the wintertime, there is a new seasonal event called The Ritual, which, Kane, I really want to get your opinion on this. It seems like it's going to be connected to the cultists being called The Ritual. And maybe we're going to get some information about the interloper with it. Maybe, hopefully, that would be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I honestly, I think that's exactly what it's going to be. I think it's going to end up being related to the cultists. I don't know specifically how they're going to do that, considering the cultists are kind of an enemy right now. So that would be interesting to see how they do that.
But you can't have a seasonal event called The Ritual without the cultist involved. But I think I think we all want to know more about the interloper. I want some more lore on the interloper. Nukem, thank you so much for the super chat, and I need to say more about the super chats. Y'all do not know how much they mean to me and my family right now. I was telling Kane before the podcast, as close as we've been cutting it lately, our air conditioner went out. Our central heat and air went out. When was that? Day before yesterday. So sometimes when it rains, it pours. And I'm telling you, y'all are the only thing that's been getting us through. So thank you so much. He says, when does the season end? I'm only halfway through. Well, don't worry yet. It's not going to end yet. In fact, I don't believe it ends until September. I think it's going to be the new one begins in September. So I'm thinking it'll end sometime the end of August. Is that about right? I haven't counted out the days. I'm just doing this in my head. Kane, do you know off the top of your head?
You know what? Let me take a quick look on that because I'm honestly not sure. I think it's right at the end of August when they do when they're doing that update. It might be the beginning of September. Yeah.
Matt says, I was watching some of your older videos and I was wondering what the effects of that lever action were. I have a explosive double shot lever action, and I forget what the third star is, it's nothing good. It's like 1 agility or bashing damage or something, but it is a 2-shot explosive. Yeah, that's what I've used for a long time. Psycho, another, he gave me a super sticker. Thank you so much, Psycho. Thank you. I don't have Walter to push today, and I'm not going to cuss at you, so I guess I could sing every time y'all give me a super chat. I could sing you an Elvis song or something. But thank you, Psycho. Did you find anything on the season? I'm guessing. I know the next season starts in September. So
yeah, I believe it's like the first week of September. So
yeah,
I think that's where we're at. So that first week of September would end up being, let's see, usually does it on Tuesday that they update. So it would be, it'll likely be the 7th.
The 7th of September.
September, yeah.
Okay, is that when the season's going to start, or is that when the season's going to end?
Well, that's when they usually do their updates, is on a Tuesday. So
okay, so it may end just a little bit before that. Then is what they've done in the past. Yeah, the double shot explosives were legit back in the day. Let's see, out of all my guns, and I'm just talking about on my main character because I do have a couple on another character. I've got the lever action, then I've got a 2-star handmade. A lot of mine are handmade. I've got a 2-star combat rifle that's just two shot explosive, but the combat rifle don't do very good at all. But the handmade's pretty good. The lever action's good. And then I've got the laser that's really good. And then on my other character, I've got believe it or not, I've got a minigun, but I've never used the minigun. I've got a double shot explosive minigun that I've never used. Oh, Sparta! Wow, no, you're amazing. There's a $20. No, yeah, that is from Sparta. I thought it was from Nukem for just a minute. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are so great to me. Nukem says, great to hear, going through some medical BS as well, and can't play as often as usual. Sparta, thank you so much. Were you the one that said earlier that you didn't like the game at first? I don't want to say that about you if it wasn't you. Yeah, it was you. Okay. Well, good. Since you gave me money, now I can talk about you. I don't know. I want to ask you a question. Thank you so much for the $19 super chat. When did you get into the game? You didn't like it at first. Was it after Wastelanders came? That's when most people, either that or Nuclear Winter, that's when a lot of people came back into the game and gave it a try. Hey, Jim, what's going on? Let's see. Yeah, the TSEs are not obtainable anymore. Yeah, they're not. That's why they call them legacy weapons. And by the way, that was something I wanted to talk about today. We talked about that on a stream not long ago. So I'm always told I always get a comment in my live streams, get rid of that legacy weapon. Get rid of that. It's like I'm doing something wrong having a legacy weapon. Now I think I know what Kane feels about that, but I'm gonna let him speak. Kane, what do you think about using a legacy weapon, which is a weapon that you cannot get anymore?
Well, I mean, just because it's a legacy weapon doesn't mean it's not something that can be used. It was legitimately in the game as it is right now. Back in the early days of the game, they realized that it was an overpowered weapon, so they just stopped having them become available. And anyone who had them, they said, "You have them. If you have them, you have them." But they're not going to be able to be made again. So that's it. As far as Bethesda is concerned, and as far as I'm concerned, it's good. You can use it.
Exactly. And then I always hear, well, there's a lot of duped ones out there. Well, I'm sure there might be, but again, don't take anything from anybody you don't know. That's another good thing. Nukem, thank you, sir. Y'all are awesome. And he says no comment, so I'm gonna say no comment.
So just as a confirmation on that, on when that update will be,
yes,
it's got to be the 8th that'll become effective, because there's a double score week from September 1st through September 7th. So the 8th is when the update will go through, and that's when the new season will start.
The new season will start. So
it's gotta be.
Yeah. So like I told you then, just think of it at the end of August. By the end of August, you've got until the end of August to finish this season. So you've still got plenty of time. I'm not. I'm over halfway through, but I'm not. It's going a lot slower this time. We were talking about this last night, and it's because they've only had one. Have we even had a double score yet?
We have one, and that was just because of the mess up at the beginning of the season.
Okay.
When it was completing challenges.
But last season there was double XP, double score, double XP, double score. I mean, it was like, and boom, I went through it like that last time. So Psycho says, I worked my butt off for my legacy, same as in Elite. I have legacy ships in Elite. Yes, it was hard work. Absolutely. I'm proud of every weapon I got, and I'm not getting rid of them. Absolutely not. Spartan.
There is going to be a.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say there is going to be a bonus challenge week from August 17th to the 23rd.
Yes, that's where they add challenges, and there is another double score weekend coming up August the 12th through the 16th, unless they've changed that.
Yeah, that's on here too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. By the way, since we are talking about fall things coming up in the fall or August, and like I said, things are really going to start ramping up in August. Y'all don't miss this, because this is coming up very, very soon. I believe this is coming up next weekend. It is Script Surplus, which is great, but it's also Minerva's. That's the new vendor, vendor that has the gold bullion. It's her big sale. That means she's going to be during the later part of the week. I believe it's Wednesday through Monday, and things will be even cheaper than they normally are. So it starts on the 5th and goes through the 9th. So y'all remember that. I always forget on Monday and Tuesday, or whatever days that she is normally in the game. I always forget to check for her. Normally it's Wednesday when I think about her, and then I go, oh, she's already gone. So y'all remember about that next weekend. That's a big thing. So there's a lot of stuff that is coming to Fallout 76 very soon. I mean, they're really going to stack us with a lot of things. Zoner Bunny says, Minerva almost tricked me into getting a plan I already had, the ammo converter, because it wasn't marked as known. Oh no. Let's see. Spartan says, go ahead, Kane.
Yeah, I was going to say that's actually happening with thing that you could get from the either from the scoreboard or from the quest line. So if there's a plan for it now, it's not recognizing that you already know it. So just be careful about that.
Yeah, another bug. By the way, y'all can go. Y'all can go to my store. This is another way y'all can help support this channel. There are several ways you can do it. One way is to go to my store. There's a link down below. I have a new shirt. I have designed it. I put it in there. I've got the art graphics for it and everything. And it says it's not a bug. It's a feature. It is there. It will be up very soon when my videos come up. It's not there yet. YouTube has to approve it. So it'll be however long it takes for YouTube to approve it. But it is already in my store. Yeah, I got it in black, navy blue, royal blue, and red. So y'all go look at that. And by the way, when you look at the things that come up there on the store, that's not the only color that I have in them. You can click on them, and there's several different colors. So I saw somebody that somebody was drinking out of a black KingFanMan coffee cup, and I was like, man, that looks good, because the white one's the one that comes up there, and it doesn't look near as pretty as the black one does. But anyway, uh, what were we talking about, Kane? I got to selling merchandise here. I'm sorry.
We're talking about we were talking about Minerva for a second.
Minerva, yeah. I do want to talk about the Worlds for just a minute that's coming in September, because September is going to be here before you know it. And I know you've played on the PTS more than I have with the Worlds.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of testing on
and they have heard my opinion on them a couple of times, especially if you've heard my podcast with Joey Caps. And if you haven't, please go do that and support Joey Caps's channel, by the way. But I want to get your opinion on the new Worlds. What have you played on the PTS? What specific worlds have you played, and what do you think about them?
So I've been playing on my custom world, so I've just been tinkering around with the settings, just to see what they do. There's definitely ways that you can essentially enable God mode. There's so many settings right now. Honestly, my favorite part is
let me,
that you can change the weather.
Can I interrupt just a minute? So you're doing it like you're in the Fallout First mode, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in the Fallout First mode, and it's really interesting. I honestly like the weather. You can change. There's so many different weather patterns that you can put in. And if you actually like the nuke zones, you can actually turn the entire world into a nuke zone.
Oh wow, that's so neat.
And it doesn't carry the radiation damage that you get in a real nuke zone, but it has the effect.
Oh well, that's even nicer.
The world looks like that. It's interesting.
That's even nicer. I've got to read what Matt said just for a moment before we get away from the KingFanMan merchandise. He says, "Come on down to Crazy King's discount t-shirt emporium. I don't want them. You need them. All shirts 0% off." Oh, that's so funny.
You should have been on like a soapbox.
Yeah.
with the top hat.
Come on down. That's so funny. So have you tried any of the random worlds that switch every month?
I haven't tested those. I've been more focused on just checking each individual setting, because I want to see how it affects the gameplay and things like that. Because honestly, whatever they do, they're just going to combine a whole bunch of different settings. If I just go through and see what each setting is doing and how it's affecting the gameplay and all that, then I'm more prepared for whatever they decide to put up.
Yeah. I said something in that podcast with Joe, and I want to get your opinion on it. I'm sure you agree with this. Whatever y'all think about the Fallout worlds, whether you're excited for it or you're not excited for it, I have a little advice for you. And you can look at the history of Fallout 76 and pretty much know that this is the truth. Fallout Worlds, what is coming in September, is just the beginning, and it is going to change. I believe it's going to grow, and even the way it works will change, because there's going to be things that we don't like about it that we tell Bethesda and they change. So my advice to all of y'all is just enjoy it for now. Just in between content, just play around with it, enjoy it, because it's going to expand from here and it's going to change. So don't say, "Oh, this is terrible." Not, it's just have fun with it for a little bit. What do you think about that, Cam?
Yeah, it's 100%. That's exactly the way you need to look at it. It's great. It's a great way for content creators to be able to create their content. That first and foremost, I'm just going to start that right off the bat, because you can go in there, you can basically make it a little easier for you to actually get the stuff that you need from the game.
Yes.
The other part is it's just nice to be able to go in and just do whatever you want to do. You literally can make the world the way you want it to be. You can, if you want to build your camp in the middle of Otoga, you can go right and do that. If you want to go on a just a murder spree without any worries, you can definitely do that too. So it's it's nice, and the best part about it is that whatever you do in that world doesn't affect your character. So your character can progress in that world as long as you have that world.
Right.
It doesn't carry over to adventure. However, whatever you do in adventure can carry over to the custom world.
Correct.
So there's a way to actually import your character, just like we do on the PTS. There's a way to import your character from the adventure mode to your custom world. So if you do anything outside, you can bring it back in.
Right. Zonder Bunny, I believe he made a statement that is absolutely correct. He says Fallout Worlds is probably how we get mod support. In other words, it's the beginning of mods, and I believe that's absolutely true.
That is 100% true.
We knew,
in fact,
I knew they were going to come through private worlds. And what I love about this is it's not just Fallout First players that are getting it. People are getting it for free too. At least they're getting a taste of it, because the way that Bethesda is doing it is they're rotating every month a different kind of world. So I know they're not getting near as much, but at least at least they're getting a taste of it and can try it for free.
Yeah, exactly. That's the nice thing, is you can go in there and just do whatever, based on whatever the world is. Or if you don't like that world, you can wait for the next month to come up and you can go to the next one. So, and it's always going to be changing.
Right.
But with the custom worlds, you literally can do whatever you want to. And the nice thing about that is you can always expect there to be more added later on.
Right.
There was an interview with oh shoot, I forget his name now.
Mark Tucker,
guy in charge of. Yeah, Mark Tucker.
Yeah.
And
I remembered. Y'all got to, everybody stop and go, wow, King remembered something.
King remembered the name. But yeah, they did an interview, and they were talking about the Fallout Worlds and how they already are planning ahead on that as well for future content.
Yeah.
So we know there's more that's going to be coming. It's just a matter of time.
And that's why I say sit back and just enjoy. And if you don't like how it operates or anything like that, I promise it will change. It's going to change. It's going to evolve, just like Fallout 76 has evolved. I love that Bethesda changes the game according to what the fans want. That is great. Psycho says my bug t-shirt has been ordered. All right. That's wonderful. Nice. And Matt says, I wonder how I can get a bug shirt without the wife knowing. That is tough. I don't know, Matt.
Prepaid credit card.
Yeah.
Here I am giving advice.
or run to the mail and get the statement before it comes in this month. I don't know. What do you think? I'm changing the subject, but what do you think this Invaders from Beyond is going to be this winter? This is something I'm excited about. I hope it's something worth getting excited about.
Yeah, that one's going to be interesting. I really, I'm hoping it's something exciting too. But it's the way it's worded though. Invaders from Beyond public challenge.
Yeah, it's a public challenge. It's not
a public challenge.
It's not an event. It's not a daily ops. It's a public challenge. Now forgive me, but the only public challenges I remember was back when we were all killing Scorches and Scorch Beasts and back there. Those were public challenges. Remember that?
Well, yeah, but so was the collecting.
I was about to say, and then collecting stuff right before Brotherhood of Steel came in. So
yes. So that's what I'm kind of thinking it's going to be like.
So are they going to put? Hopefully, maybe it's not. I hope it's not just Flatwoods monsters, maybe they're going to put certain aliens into the world and we have to go find them and gather them up, a certain number of them up.
Or we have to kill a certain number of them.
Yeah, kind of like treasure hunters, but yet they're aliens. So Tamara says, thoughts on the rumor of In Exile working on a Fallout game using the Unreal Engine 5. Wow.
There are rumors about that. I don't know that I would say that's true. I'd be very skeptical.
I would be skeptical of anyone working on a Fallout game, but this is what we're going to, we do not know how much pull Xbox is going to have on Bethesda. We have heard that Bethesda is going to get to do their own thing. Well, if Bethesda's still doing their own thing, I can promise you that's not true. If Xbox is truly in charge and they're going to rule with an iron fist, then who knows? But we really don't know. I mean, they've said all the right things, but everybody says all the right things with the media and all that. So who knows? Right. We really don't know. I mean,
I'll be skeptical about that until the end, until there's an actual announcement. I wouldn't put too much stock into it. More than likely, if there's going to be anybody working on a Fallout game, it's going to be one of the studios under Bethesda.
I would think so, or I would at least think that one of the studios would be involved. You know,
right?
Kind of like id was with. Gosh, who did they do Rage 2 with? And I just went totally blank. Anyway, but they worked hand in hand with that studio.
Right. Yes, and I
Avalanche. Thank you, Timar. Yeah. Now, the question is, would you want that? Would you want a new Fallout game not done by Bethesda in the Unreal Engine 5? Yes and no. I mean, it's according. Y'all answer that question. The reason I say yes is if we wait on Bethesda Game Studios, we're not going to get a Fallout 5 for a long time. If it's Starfield, The Elder Scrolls, then Fallout 5. And that may be a reason why that Bethesda and Xbox are getting together saying, hey, we need to do a Fallout before then. But I'm also doubtful because I think people have a little bit of Fallout fatigue. Do y'all know what that is? Fallout fatigue? I mean, we've had Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 back to back. And if they put another Fallout out, did I say that right? Yeah, if they put another Fallout out soon, I mean, are people really going to be as excited as they were about Fallout 4? I mean, you remember how excited people were about Fallout 4, right?
And, yeah, that was crazy excitement.
And I know people are going to be excited for Starfield, but y'all just wait until it comes to Elder Scrolls 6 time. That excitement is going to be palpable. I can't say that word now. Palpable. Gosh, my lips get to going and I can't stop them. Palpable. It might be a good change. Look at how FNV turned out. That Fallout New Vegas, absolutely. It's according how close they would stick to the pattern. Obsidian stuck to the pattern close enough. You know, they still put their flavor into it, but it still had that Bethesda feel to it. Does that make sense? You know, it was still it still looked and felt like a Bethesda made world.
Well, they were using the same engine.
Using the same engine. You know, if you go to an Unreal 5 engine and Bethesda's not involved at all, you know, well, I don't know. That would be.
I mean, that's a complete change in gameplay in general as well. So
Yep.
I don't know that they would go to that extreme. If they were going to do anything and let another studio do it, it would be more of them allowing the use of the creation engine too. I don't think it's going to go any further than that, though.
Is VATS broken for anyone else on PC today? I have not played today. I'm going to play right after this broadcast, but I can tell you this, VATS has been on and off for me lately. Kane, have you played today? Can you say anything about VATS?
I did play today, but I haven't noticed anything wrong with VATS, to be honest.
Zonderbunny says I would have to see the game before I could say yes or no. I'm almost the same way. Yeah, I'd almost have to say I'd have to play the game before I say yes or no. But I'm kind of defensive of Bethesda. Todd Howard said about Starfield. He said it's going to be 80% new, but 20% familiar. He said it's still going to have that familiar feel. And to me, that was comforting. And it was comforting because I have loved Bethesda games. I loved Morrowind. I loved Oblivion. I loved Skyrim. I love Fallout 3. I love Fallout New Vegas. You just go through the ones I've loved. And I will tell you how much I love Bethesda games. Number one, I have a channel based on Bethesda and Bethesda only. But no matter what the game is that comes out, I play a lot of other games. I will play, but I always go back. And I mean, while I'm playing another game, I will always go back to whatever is the current, and it could have been out 3 or 4 years. Whatever is the current BGS game, I always go back because it's my comfort zone. Does that make sense? Tamar says Starfield Online by ZeniMax. Online, yay or nay? Thank you for the super chat. We do know that ZeniMax Online is working on a new IP. Now, could that be Starfield? We have Elder Scrolls Online. We have Fallout Online because Fallout 76. I don't see a problem with ZeniMax making an online version of Starfield. I don't see a problem with that at all. I mean, ESO has a huge fan base. I mean, a humongous fan base. It has been the number one MMO for like 4 years straight.
Yeah, it's been number one for a while now.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that happening. The only thing that kind of holds me back saying that that's what they're going to do is they're saying it's a new IP. Now, since Starfield hadn't technically been out there yet, Starfield is a new IP. So they could be playing tongue-in-cheek with us. So I'll ask you, Tamar, do you think it's Starfield or do you think it's something else? I haven't heard Starfield. Maybe they're holding that tight to the vest, but I can definitely see that. Gentuko says I was not too excited for Fallout 4. I was not too excited when Fallout 4 came out, but after a friend got it, I got it and fell in love with it. Yeah. Well, I can tell you, I was very excited. I can remember watching that E3. Oh my word, I was excited. Nukem says, have you tried Kingdom Come Deliverance? Nukem, I absolutely adore Kingdom Come Deliverance. That is one of my favorite games, other than Bethesda games. But I haven't finished it because I keep going back to Bethesda games. But that is one I do go back to and play a lot. I love the realism of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Have you ever played that, Kane?
I have not, no.
Oh man, that the combat will drive you crazy because I mean it's very hard to get. There's a lot to it. In other words, we were talking about it with somebody. I think it was on this podcast. I think it was with Vault Girl when she was on here. But she said that she hated the combat. She said because she would always die when 3 or more people would come up. And I said, well, if you were in the real world and you were surrounded by 3 or more people, you would probably die too. You know, and it's really true. So yeah, I love Kingdom Come Deliverance. Psycho says, I think it would be cool if Starfield had a single player and a multiplayer version. We do know, Psycho, that Bethesda Game Studios version is single player only. Now, that may be why ESO, or excuse me, ZeniMax Online may be working on the Starfield multiplayer. So they will be 2 totally different games, though. 2 totally different games. Tamar says they are working on multiple games. That means ZeniMax Online Studios working on multiple games. So yes, they could be working on Commander Keen. Jeremy, no.
Commander Keen.
Oh gosh. I've already pre-ordered Commander Keen. I pre-ordered it the year they showed it. No, I'm teasing. I'll get off that. Do you think they're working on Fallout Shelter Online too? They should. It is still to date, and I should have made this the trivia question. It is still to date the number 1 selling or the number 1 grossing moneymaker for Bethesda Game Studios, for Bethesda, for Bethesda as a whole. Y'all can look that up and tomorrow make sure I'm right on that. But I believe that Fallout Shelter has made more money. It has made more money than any Bethesda game, any game that Bethesda has published. Now that is crazy. A free mobile game has made more money. You think it's crazy? You think Skyrim made more? I know Skyrim made a lot, but I heard that from somewhere. Y'all look it up. Just look it up and make sure. It made a lot. It has made.
It is the most downloaded mobile game.
It is. It's awesome. Commander Keen, those were the days. It is absolutely true that people. Fallout Shelter made 150 million. Okay, and Skyrim has made billions. So maybe it's the second one then. By the way, Skyrim is almost like what is the game that Rockstar has?
GTA.
Yeah, GTA 5. You know, why would they make another one when it's still selling? You know, and people are still buying Skyrim. Oh my word!
But we already know they're making a new one anyway.
They are, yes. But just think about it. Think about if they make a dud with 6, that's going to kill the whole. I mean, that'll kill 5 and 6. That would be awful. That would be absolutely.
I mean, I don't think it'll be a dud though. I think it's going to be a major hit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And Rockstar does amazing stuff. GTA 5 has made $6 billion. I don't doubt it. How many years has it been out?
Oh gosh, it's been around a long time.
It's been out as long, if not longer, than Skyrim, hadn't it? It's around in there anyway. That's just off the top of my head.
Right now.
Well, we are coming up on the closing part of the podcast, which is the most fun. Of course, we interact with you guys all the time anyway. I want to make sure that we always let this be a subscriber-driven podcast. But the last 5 to 10 minutes, we always want to answer your questions, whatever they are. If you have any questions, you have any comments, please give them right now. Be sure to hit that like button. Also, I'm going to give you Mr. Kane's link one more time. There is my co-host YouTube channel. Y'all please go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. He does amazing work. y'all go take a look and subscribe and watch all of his videos 3 times and like them. Hey, Johnny, am I excited for the pit? Hey, you don't know how excited I am for the pit. A couple of reasons why. Number one, because I love Fallout 3 and I loved the DLC, the pit. I thought it was one of the better DLCs, not only of Fallout 3, but that Bethesda has made. Story-wise, it was great. Also, though, they have said that the expansions are going to be story-driven. So it's not going to be like I feared. It's not going to be a daily ops where it's time, get in there, get out. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit more involved, a little bit more DLC like. Now, I don't think it's going to be that big, okay, but I'm anxious to get into the story of the pit, and maybe we get to go multiple times with multiple pieces of the story. What do you think about expansions? Do you think it's going to be multiple times with multiple parts to the story, since Jeff Garner said it's going to be story driven?
I think it has the potential to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know that it'll start out that way. It will certainly start out with story, with a story, but they may expand upon that as time goes on. But I think it'll just have the one core story to go with it at launch.
Well, and that's why I wondered if the story might be broken down into parts, I guess would be a better way to say it. And and you go, and get part of the story, and then and come back and you go. Newcomb says yes, in multiple locations as well. I mean, yes, we know we've seen Washington D.C. and we've seen there's other places as well, but yeah, the pit really excites me. Go ahead, Kane. What were you going to say?
I was going to say they did say that it's going to have replayability. So that tells me that there's going to be stuff to do no matter what when you go in there.
Absolutely. Mr. Lewis says, I'm confident that we are going to see a lot more updates like Steel Rain. I am too. In fact, with Nuclear Winter going away, and I've been saying this for a long time, but COVID messed it up. The Elder Scrolls Online gets a major update every quarter. And I believe that's really what they want to get a cycle of with Fallout 76, like a major update every quarter. I would love that. Wouldn't that be great if we got a almost DLC size update every quarter?
Oh yeah, that would be. And honestly, I think that's where they're going. It's if you look back at ESO's beginnings, ESO was kind of the same way. It had to get its feet under it before they could actually start rolling out new content every quarter. Yeah. So I think that's where Fallout 76 is really.
Tamar says, and Tamar did give me a lot of notes on the ZeniMax and Bethesda's history, and I'm gonna look that up tomorrow. I didn't look at that specific part, but I will look at that specifically when we get off here. Let's see. Jatugo says, I hope we get more Brotherhood content. I can promise you we will, especially because they're going to continue the daily ops. In fact, this winter, first fall, we're getting daily ops updates. In fact, I've got it right here. We went over it last week, but we're getting 3 new locations. And of course, those are Brotherhood of Steel daily ops. We're getting Arcos Pharma Lab, the Watoga High School, and Uncanny Caverns. And we're also getting a new enemy, which is the Communists, which, of course, you got to have that as an enemy in Fallout, right? And then we're getting a new thing that is called double mutation events, which we'll just have to see how this is going to work. It may be, it kind of sounds like it's going to be a voluntary thing. So when it comes up, you may get to opt in or opt out of the double mutation. And if you do the double mutation and you're successful, you get basically double the rewards because they have, I keep hitting that table, they have double the mutations. So not only are you getting this expansion that's coming this fall, this September, then in the winter it says you're getting daily ops surprises. So what does that mean? Do you have any clue what the daily ops surprises are, Kane, that we're getting this winter?
I think they're talking. I think that might be more related to the. Well, I mean, I don't. It doesn't have any details, so
Right.
I think
so it's a
gonna be
surprise.
Just another, it's going to be more locations.
Right.
It may have new enemies again. Kind of. I think they're going to kind of go along the same path that they've been taking with it. Adding new locations, adding new enemies, adding new rewards. I don't know about the mutations or anything. I know that as far as these ones, the double mutations, those are going to be event based.
Matt asked, and I'll get your opinion too. Matt asked, he's currently a first member, but he wants my answer. What is the most important perk of becoming a first member? The scrap box is incredible and wonderful, but that's not it. It's the private world. The private world is what you get it for. Everything else is gravy. Everything else is a bonus, just like what they meant it to be. Yes, the scrap box is amazing, and I would have to adjust how I play. If all I had was a stash box, because then I would have to put my junk in in the stash box. I would have to put my junk and my weapons and armor and food and all that in the stash box.
Oh man, I'd be walking so slow.
which is how I did it in the beginning. Which you can do, by the way. You can do. You just have to make a set amount. Like, okay, I'm only going to have this much steel. I'm going to have this much wood. I'm going to have this much. You have to be a lot more organized, okay? And you can do it. Some people have a hard time, like my son, if he's watching. But you can do it. The scrap box makes it easy, where you can just throw all your junk in there. Yeah, I mean, I've got 5,000 of one thing and 10,000 of another thing. And then I've run out of other things. But the scrap box is great. But in my opinion, the best thing about being a Fallout First member is the private world.
Private world for sure.
Yeah, the private world. But also talking about the Brotherhood of Steel content, I don't know, Gentugo, if it's going to be next, but I do believe there is more coming to the Steel Dawn, Steel Rain storyline. I believe we're going to get more Brotherhood of Steel storyline. I really do. Well,
I think that's going to be coming down the line, though.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be next, but the way they ended it, and by the way, y'all take the time, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but after you end the Brotherhood of Steel, and I'll answer your question in just a second, Zonder Bunny. After you end the Brotherhood of Steel, Steel Rain, make sure you go back and talk to everybody more than once, because they'll keep talking to you. Some of them will keep talking to you 2 or 3 times about things. It's kind of like they need time to reset and talk to you about whoever you picked, Romani or Shin, and maybe something else happened, or it's really neat. But it really sounds like, to me anyway, especially with my favorite scribe, that more things are going to be happening in the future. It really does. And Kane agreed. So Zonder Bunny says we have to get the final conclusion of what happens to the Brotherhood of Steel and how your choice of support affects it. I agree. Absolutely. yeah, we've got to move forward from, because really we just got the brotherhood established now in Appalachia. That's it. And quite personally, I would love to see what happens either with, if you kept the doctors or you get in contact again with Maxon and the West Coast. That, I mean, that's a big contrast right there, isn't it? If you keep the doctors that had committed mass genocide, or you contact the elders of the Brotherhood of Steel on the West Coast. So, wow.
Yeah.
Throw them on the ground and sell those 2,000 stim packs. Hey, I have gotten rid of almost all of my stim packs from way back on the last live stream I showed. I am down to 50 stim packs and 50 Radaway. Plus, then I've got diluted. I've got over 100 diluted still, but I'm down to 50 of just the stim pack. So I don't have over 1,000 stim packs anymore. Kane, do you have, what else do you want to talk about before we're done? Because we're already at the end. I cannot believe it. Time flies on these podcasts. It does.
I mean, honestly, we've covered a lot here. The thing is, I would just say, be excited for the future. There's so much coming, so much good content that's going to be on the way. And just be ready for it, because there's going to be a lot of it.
It is
just in the next few months.
Yep. Starting in August. Remember, you've got this coming weekend. You've got Minerva's big sale coming this coming weekend. Right now, going on is Gold Rush weekend. So turn in those treasury notes. You can get 800 gold bullion right now. Next weekend is Minerva's big sale, and then you got Meat Week coming. Then we've got QuakeCon, and I mean, then it just starts to steamroll. Then we get the Worlds. Then we get the Halloween event. Then we get the Ritual event. All kinds of things that are coming very, very soon. Also, this Tuesday there is an update, so remember that. Hopefully, they're going to get our servers a little bit more stable. And if you're cheating, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Did I say it enough? Please stop. Kane, thank you so much for being on the KingCast today. I appreciate it so much. You always do such a great job when you're here.
I appreciate that. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And I want to thank every one of you for being here on the KingCast today, and thank everyone that gave all the super chats and super stickers today. And Psycho, thank you for buying one of the new shirts. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Remember, that's in the KingFanMan store. You can get it now. Oh, tomorrow you did it again. Bless your heart. The Bethesda ZeniMax history should be more than 200 pages. Yeah. Oh, wow. Hey, there's a lot that you already gave me. When I finish writing it, I will send you the finished version first. Bless your heart. Thank you. He knows that I'm working on a second part to my first part of the history of Bethesda. I started with the very first game that Bethesda made, and I went through not Arena. Where did I end? I can't remember where I ended, but right around where Todd Howard came in. But it's a neat watch if you've never seen it. But Tamar gives, by the way, some fabulous information. If y'all are not following him on Twitter, please do so. He is the gaming guy on Twitter. If he don't know it, nobody does. So y'all please follow him. Also, again, y'all please subscribe to Kane. I'm gonna put his link on one more time. He's got a great new YouTube channel, and he's doing a wonderful job. Matt says, when is the next live stream? Oh, thank you for saying that so much. We live stream normally on Tuesdays around 2:30 Central Time on YouTube, but I'm also live streaming now on Twitch. So if you have not followed me on Twitch, please go down in the link of this video and follow me on Twitch, because we had a stream this Thursday night, 2 nights ago on Twitch, and I also did it on Wednesday night too. So I'm going to be streaming on Twitch a lot, because I play Fallout 76 a lot. So I'm going to have a lot of casual streams on Twitch. So if y'all want to see me and hear me a lot more, then go down, follow me on Twitch, and you will get to see me and hear me, and also Kane more because he plays with me a lot. So there you go. Did Bethesda make Terminator 2024? They made a lot of Terminator games, but Terminator 2024, that don't sound familiar. 2024. They made several Terminator games, Gentugo, but I would have to look back and see. No is the question. There you go. Tamar's got it. No, thank you. But I hope that answered your question, Matt. So the next YouTube live stream is going to be Tuesday, good Lord willing, at 2:30. And the next Twitch live stream, who knows? We may have one tonight. So y'all go follow me down there on Twitch. Y'all have a great rest of the weekend. Kane, you have a good weekend too, buddy. I'll see you out in the wasteland. And y'all be careful out in the wasteland as well. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.